I recently had the pleasure to speak with Colleen Gatliff. In Pike County, where she lives, 52% of families reside below the Alice household budget. Unfortunately, Colleen is no exception, even though she works 2 jobs and her husband is the town's mayor. Despite this and other health obstacles, she's a pillar of the community and is now even a first responder. It was a pleasure learning more about her journey. Whereas, how you doing today?
I'm good, and you?
I'm pretty cool. Appreciate you making time.
Thank you.
Let me ask first, what brought you to Delight?
What brought me to Delight?
Mm-hmm.
Oh goodness. We moved here, my daughter's 20, so 21 years ago, when we bought my husband's grandmother's house. My husband had got a job at Firestone, and we had discovered we were going to have another baby after 14 years. And so we moved to Delight into his grandmother's house.
Very cool. Like, what was it that allowed you to feel adjusted?
After I started working, basically, a friend of mine was like, hey, you could start subbing. So I did. I started subbing for the school as a janitor and for her through CADC. And basically the jobs did land in my lap. And then RCA kind of sort of did the same thing.
RCA is the Rural Community Alliance, which aims to create opportunities in education, economic development, and youth empowerment to improve quality of life in place. Although this second job took a toll on her, it helped her provide for her family and help the children in the community. What's a proud moment or experience that you've had with the youth here?
With the youth, watching them grow.
From a larger scale perspective, like, what does this place mean to you, and how's it allowed you to grow or feel fulfilled?
For me, having a place for the kids, I can open up and there's some of these kids, like one Friday, it was a Friday night, kids were out walking around, and they were kids that have been known to do some destruction around the area. And I'm like, hey, what are you guys fixing to do? And they're like, oh, we got nothing. And I'm like, well, y'all can stop what you're doing and come in here and join us and eat with us and play a game. And they did. And they had the most fun. And now they're a part of us.
Nice.
So we get them in here and get them off the streets. And
nice. Colleen grew up with meager means. Due to limited income, both impoverished and Alice households may struggle to afford mental health services, further hindering their ability to manage depression. In her youth, Colleen also had some traumatic situations of her own that she shared with me. So let me rewind a little bit. Where are you from originally, and how was your childhood?
I had a rough teenage years, some abuse there, and a lot of depression. I had a child when I was 17. I was 16, and she died, which sent me in some severe depression. And then also, as a teenager, after her death, I had a major car wreck.
For lack of a better word, how did you, cope or heal or maintain during that time?
At that time, I was pushed away. It's like I'm supposed to recover all on my own, and I didn't deal well. And I went through some major severe depression. And as a result of that, at one point I finally had tried to end my life with trying to drive into a train, and God intervened, and it's like, not today. Not today. And
that was a turning point, or
that was my turning point, because it's like just mysteriously my car turned off. So I drove my car to my parents' house, and I must have still been out of my mind, and I just kind of threw the keys at them and yelled at them what I had done and walked home, because I lived in another trailer behind them. And that must have been their breaking point of realizing that there was some problems. So that was actually all of our healing right there.
After that, first, thanks for sharing that, but after that, how did you change, or what did you do that was different, allowed you to
that after that, we finally talked. We all talked, because my dad and I, before that, we fought constantly. We couldn't get along for nothing because of the abuse. Couldn't get past it, and then he didn't realize he was being abusive. And after that, it was like, okay, I see it now. And so we finally talked, and it stopped, and we mended, we healed, and we had a really good relationship, which turned out to be a blessing, because 3 years after that, he passed away.
Do you still carry anything from that? Okay.
No, it's total forgiveness. And
very cool.
So.
Very cool. Colleen's in a much better place with family now, and I asked her to share a little bit more about them. And if I'm not mistaken, your husband is the mayor?
My husband is the mayor.
How was that?
At first I made fun of him because I didn't see it. I really didn't. I didn't see it any, because he's a quiet person, and I just didn't see that kind of thing in him. And he has just flourished and really loves it. And the community loves him. And
cool.
he works a full-time job as well. Firestone is now Wholesome, and he works there. And then on his days off, he does his mayor work or in the evenings. And,
very cool. And as far as like personally, do you ever have to figure out how to keep the finances together in terms of just an household?
Yeah, I have, yeah.
In a better world where you didn't have to like spend so much time and energy putting finances together for the family and here, how do you think that would impact your life and also RCA?
How do I think it would impact? It would be awesome.
Tell me about any current achievements. And if I'm not mistaken, are you aspiring to be a firefighter, or did you just become one, or what's the?
I just became one.
Congrats, that's dope.
It was like on a bucket list.
For sure.
But I kept putting it aside because I have the ankle problem, and I'm legally blind in one eye. And I just recently, last spring, had a really bad migraine with aura, and I thought I was going to die because it mimicked the symptoms of a stroke. And I'm like, okay, if I'm going to do something and join the fire department, I'm going to do it now. So I told the fire chief I want to join.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, we don't want you to be a firefighter, but you can be a first responder. So I am a first responder for the Delight Fire Department.
That's dope. How's that feel?
It feels awesome.
Well, congratulations to first responder Colleen Gatliff. Also, salute to you for pushing through whatever's needed to make an impact on the youth in Delight. Till next time. Yeah.